Wow, what's this? Oh, okay. Okay, let's get started. Good evening and welcome to Neighborhood Board 14. Just two administrative announcements. First, please turn off all of your cell phones. And if you want to be recognized, please raise your hand to be recognized, especially those on Zoom or WebEx. Do we have anybody from board on WebEx? Is Zodel there? Zoidel,
Yes.
are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm on my way.
Oh, you're on your way. Okay, we'll wait for you. We'll wait for you. Don't worry. And how about Alika? Okay, we'll wait for them. If it's okay with everybody, when they all come, because somebody has to leave early, we'll take a quick picture, take a recess and no objections, and then we can resume the meeting. All right. Again, welcome. And first on the agenda, we have the Honolulu Fire Department.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Captain Carvalho from the Engine 4 Kuakini Fire Station. And before we start, just to let you know, we still are in service. So if we get an alarm, we're going to have to abruptly. Sorry about that. But anyway, the statistics provided below present the confirmed number of incidents in the neighborhood board's geographical area for the previous month. So this was for, what is this, September. This is for August. For more details on incidents and related mapping information, please visit the Fire Response Search tool on our HFD website at fire.honolulu.gov under the News and Info tab. And should you have any questions, please email hfdnhb@honolulu.gov. Okay, so information that was previously requested, I believe this was last month, this was requested, was another crew that came and they passed along the information to us. If you don't mind, let me go through the statistics and then at the end of it, I'll go through the previously requested information. So the incident statistics for August 2025, so fires, we had one structure fire, no wildland or brush fires, two nuisance fires, 0 cooking fires, and 3 activated alarms with no fire. As far as emergencies go, we had 120 medical emergencies, no motor vehicle collisions with pedestrians, no motor vehicle crashes or collisions, no mountain rescues, no ocean rescues, and 1 hazardous material incident. Okay, nuisance fires include rubbish fires outside of a structure or vehicle. Okay, the fire safety tips and announcements. Fire safety tip. Charge into fire safety lithium-ion batteries in your home. This year, the National Fire Protection Association's Fire Prevention Week campaign works to educate everyone about using these batteries safely. Lithium-ion batteries store a lot of energy in a small place. These batteries can overheat, start a fire, or explode if overcharged or damaged. By learning how to buy, charge, and recycle these batteries safely, you can help prevent a fire in your home. Okay, first point is buy only listed products. When buying a product that uses a lithium-ion battery, look for a safety certification mark such as a UL, ETL, or CSA. This means it meets important safety standards. Charge devices safely. Always use the cords that came with the product to charge. Follow the instructions from the manufacturer. Buy new chargers from the manufacturer or one that the manufacturer has approved. Charge your device on a hard surface. Do not overcharge your device. Unplug it or remove the battery when it's fully charged. Recycle batteries responsibly. Do not throw lithium-ion batteries in the trash or regular recycling bins because they could start a fire. Recycle your device or battery at a safe batteries recycling location. Visit call number 2, recycle.org to find a recycling spot near you. HFD is hosting a fire prevention family day event on October 4th, 2025 at the Honolulu Zoo from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Bring the family to participate in activities and meet our fire and life safety partners. Okay, so back to the previously requested information. Okay, fire and life safety education and outreach. The HFD's Community Relations and Education section coordinate and facilitate fire and life safety education and outreach opportunities across Oahu. Requests for a presentation can be made through the online form at fire.honolulu.gov. You can also find wildland fire prevention, mitigation, and safety information on our website, including the Ready, Set, Go Hawaii Action Guide. So the website, fire.honolulu.gov. Camila, she can pull that up. So it's a very good website. It's a public website. That the fire department has put together, and it has a lot of different information about fire safety. But this is the one specific to wildland fires. So if you go to Honolulu, if you go to fire.honolulu.gov, and this is one of the pages. So if you scroll to this, there's a lot of information, more information than we'll have time for today. And there's a few YouTube videos also, but it's some really good information. If you go back to the top, personal wild, if you click on that, it has an action guide, which is pretty comprehensive. The Ready, Set, Go guide. If you scroll through it, there's a lot of information on there. But basically, just kind of in a nutshell, wildland preparedness tips. Create at least a 30-foot safety zone around your house by removing brush and other vegetation. Store flammable materials safely away from the exterior of your home. If it can catch fire, do not let it touch your house. Report suspicious activity you may have seen before, during, or after a fire. Keep fire lanes and access points unobstructed to ensure fire apparatuses can reach your home. Also, don't park in front of a fire hydrant. Make and practice a family evacuation plan. Wildland fire can spread to treetops. Prune trees so the lowest branches are 6 to 10 feet from the ground. So that's like the basic preparedness tips. Yeah, it's right up there. So anyway, but if you want, you can log on with any computer with internet access, and probably on your tablet or your phone, and look up this website, and you can go through all the wildland fire safety tips and other fire safety tips as well.
Okay, very, very good. That's very informative, and thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry we can't go through the full.
No, it's okay. They can log in.
Yeah,
If they
it's-
get
it's-
if they have any questions, they can ask you next month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot to go through.
Yeah. But it's a good start. It's a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of good information.
We don't want to have another Lahaina over here.
No.
Yeah, all right. Any questions from the board?
I,
Yes,
uh,
go ahead, Cora.
Is this working? Yep, okay. Was your unit involved in the fire yesterday in Palama?
No, we weren't. We were off duty yesterday. However, the crew, some of the crews that were involved yesterday went back again this morning for a rekindle, and it extended past their getting off time. So our crew came on duty and we relieved them down there, and we finished up what we call the overhaul of the fire.
No, I really want to commend the fire department for, it was just so long and so hazardous and no injuries,
Yeah,
Really good use of good technique. As I was on H1 at 10 a.m. and by Palama, and I could just see everything. You know,
yeah,
going
a lot
up.
of smoke, yeah.
Yeah, it was black, really a lot of black smoke, but there's so many hazardous conditions with the roof going down and the flammable material inside. But good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, any other questions or any comments from the board?
As I was looking around that area, there's a solar company. Was that battery started?
Oh, we don't know the cause of the fire yet.
Okay.
I think the investigators are still working on it.
Okay,
But the solar, the solar shop was in the warehouse next to it.
okay.
So that warehouse wasn't, involved in the fire.
Okay, any other questions from the
Yep,
board?
one more, Chair.
Yes, go
Actually,
ahead.
two more. I had a couple people ask me, they have home fire extinguishers, and I know there's an expiration date on it. But if that lever is still in the green, what should they do with it if it's expired?
Okay, according. So for commercial occupancies, the regulation is that extinguishers need to be inspected, by an authorized inspection, agency and properly, tagged accordingly. So for your home, if you want to follow the commercial guidelines, there's a bunch of different, we can't refer any of them, but there's a bunch of different fire protection companies that will service fire extinguishers. So if it's in the green, but they do a little bit more than just check that needle in the green.
So they
Sure,
can't
yeah.
bring it to a fire department? They cannot bring it to a fire
No,
department?
no, we don't service fire.
Okay, and then second question,
Oh, sorry.
I live on Kuakini. So, right next to Lileo Kalani, you have that able assisted, I guess. The tall building right next to Pacific of the Rehab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the elderly.
114.
Yeah, so I see the fire department there, quite a few, and as well as EMTs. What is it? How can I rephrase this? Because then if I see it, I'll run over. Is it their job to make sure they have a proper fire escape plan, or do you guys help them? Because a lot of them are elderly, right? And that building is pretty tall. So who would I speak to? Because that's my sub-district. Do I speak to the resident manager there?
Yeah, you speak to either resident manager, property manager, or the owner. But we don't make the fire escape plan.
Okay, think, any more questions? Yes, Donald?
You know, that fire at Palama?
Where?
Palama had a fire?
Yesterday,
Yeah. The
yes.
question is, the smoke, if it was hazardous smoke coming out, how would you warn the community that the smoke is now hazardous? Because that smoke came all the way up Kamehameha Heights.
Well, we have two actually hazardous materials units, which does air quality monitoring. And they would do that, and tell the truth, that's above my pay grade as far as how they're gonna warn the people. But what we do is we evacuate people within a certain distance around the area. That will be strongly impacted by the smoke. But you said, where were you?
I live on Cam Heights.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that far. I don't know where, evacuating, how, do we evacuate the whole island, or, we can't do that, right? So one of the other options we have is what we call shelter in place. So if you're not like in immediate danger of like fire and stuff, like if it's smoke, close your doors, close your windows. If you have AC, turn that on, and you isolate yourself within the space that you're in.
So your answer is there is no way to identify that you has this material or air in the air to warn the people, because if you tell us that the thing is hazardous, we will evacuate. You don't have to come and evacuate us. We will go out and evacuate. But the thing is that who is
Okay.
going to tell us if it's hazardous or non-hazardous?
Okay, the fire department doesn't have the capability for widespread notification. That would be probably the Department of Emergency Management that would make that notification, just like for this hurricane or any type of natural disaster. You know, fire department plays their role in mitigating, you know, such situations. But we may assist in evacuating, but our primary objective is
Is
like
fight the
for that is fire.
Yeah, we know.
And we will, if people are immediately in danger in the affected area, we'll evacuate that. We'll ask assistance from like Honolulu Police Department to assist with the evacuation in the immediate area.
Hmm.
But, you know, our primary focus is like for the fire would be the fire.
Yeah.
So,
If-
so we would notify our incident command, and they would, like I said, above our pay grade, they would make the proper notifications to the proper agencies to put out, you know, widespread or large area evacuation.
Okay, let's move on. I got one last question. If I wanted an all-purpose type of extinguisher for my house, what should I buy? AB, ABC?
ABC.
ABC, okay. Any other questions from the board, from the audience? WebEx? Thank you very much, Captain. Very informative. Appreciate
Okay,
it.
thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. HPD,
Hi, good
HPD.
evening. Hi, good evening, everyone. Sorry. I'm Sergeant Tablet with District 5 Kalihi, and on with me is Lieutenant Yamashita. If I may, I'll give you guys the stats for the month of August. For the month of August, we had 2 aggravated assaults. We had 4 auto thefts, which is a decrease from the previous month, July, where there was 5. We had 3 burglaries. We did not have any robberies. Same as July. July didn't have any robberies. For sex assaults, we had 0, which was also a decrease from July. July, there was 2. August, there was none. For simple assaults, there was 4. For thefts, there were 9 incidents. And for unauthorized entry into motor vehicles, there were 5. The total calls for service in August was 1,269, which was an increase from July, which was 1,171. And for your safety tip, in light of all of the traffic collisions, traffic fatalities that have been occurring on the roadways, we just have some tips to stay safe for motorists. Don't drive distracted. Follow the speed limits, please. Follow the traffic signs. I'm not sure if you guys know in your area, Hala Drive and Kapalama Avenue, they became it's a 4-way street now. 4-way stop. I'm sorry, correction, a 4-way stop now. So just to make everyone aware of that, if they do traverse that area, wear your seatbelts, check your blind spots when you're turning. For pedestrians, please continue to use the crosswalks. Very important. A lot of the collisions were pedestrians who were not in marked crosswalks. Look both ways before crossing the street and stay visible, especially if you're doing any walking at night. For cyclists, please use your helmet. It's important. It can save your life in an accident. And that's all I have. Is there any questions?
Yeah, let me ask you a couple of questions. We're going to have a presentation by the Bike League, but I'm going to
Yes.
ask you because for enforcement in regards to electric bikes and electric scooters, what are the regulations? I'll give you the first question. How old do you have to be riding one of those? That's the first question. Second, can you ride your electric bike and your electric scooter on the road? And the last question, are you required to wear helmets? Because I've seen a lot of accidents, especially for the youngsters. Can you answer that?
For the bicycles, the electric bicycles, I believe the age is 16. Your next question was, is it mandated that they wear
Electric scooters.
electric scooters, sir?
Sergeant,
Oh, go ahead.
good evening. This is Lieutenant Yamashita. Regarding for the electric bikes, must be at least 15 years old to operate it, yeah? And then also must be registered to a household member that is 18. Helmets with a chin strap are required for riders under 18. And the motor must not exceed 750 watts. So maximum speed cannot exceed 20 miles per hour. And then for the streets, I believe in Waikiki, you cannot operate it on top of sidewalks. If there's a bike lane, bicyclists are encouraged to go ahead and utilize the bike lanes. Wheels must face forward and remain in contact with the ground at all times. No wheelies or exhibition riding. Yeah. And just like how Sergeant Tablet was mentioning about staying visible, use bright clothing, use a bike lane when possible, ride along the side of the road or in the bike lane, going with the flow of traffic, not against the traffic. Yeah. Ride defensively and predictably. Always be vigilant while riding, exercising caution when approaching questionable situations. I hope that was able to answer some of your questions, sir.
Yeah, electric scooters, same requirements?
Electric scooters, you have to be 15 or older, sir. And you must wear a helmet, yes.
And so therefore, electric scooters and electric bikes should not be driven on the streets, only in the bike lanes?
Where there's bike lanes provided for them. But if there's no bike lanes provided, then they're encouraged to stay on the right-hand side.
Okay, that answers my, thank you very much. Any other questions?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
HPD.
Yes,
Thank you,
Donald?
sir.
The one you just mentioned, Kapalama and Hala Drive?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I've noticed a lot of people don't know what is the meaning of stop and proceed, because I live, almost at that corner, and I've been monitoring the four-way stop. And I come to find out that people don't know how to go through a four-way stop. Because right now, there's a lot of horn tooting because people are just like afraid to go across. But anyway, my request is, can the police department monitor in the morning and afternoon to
Sure.
monitor the four-way stop? Because one of the problems I see is the right-hand turn as they're coming down Kapalama. They're not stopping, they're turning. And the rules of that is when you come to a stop sign, you have to stop. I mean, stop, not roll slowly, stop, then proceed. And I don't see this happening. And I want the police department to monitor this thing. And also, is it possible to have a blue and white park by the corner? I mean, that is a very effective weapon, because when people see a blue and white park at the corner, they are very, very about the law.
So Donald, what you're doing is you're asking the police department if they can monitor now it's a four-way stop?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Did you hear that, the question? HPD?
Previously, yes, sir. Previously, the stops were only on Hala Drive, going
Yes.
east and west, but they did turn it
Yes.
into a four-way stop now. Yes, we can have officers monitor that area.
Okay, well,
yeah.
thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Also,
the time
there's
I want-
there's signs posted in the area at each intersection at Kapalama and Hala, advising the community of the new stop signs that are there. So I
Oh,
believe
yeah.
that it's gonna take some getting used to before they
Yeah.
actually notice that the new stop signs were implemented in the area. So I think everybody is starting to just learn and being educated that now there is stop sign. And I agree with you. That's a great point that you make. People do have to come to complete stop before making a right-hand turn. I agree also. But at the same time, we still have to educate them, and we can have officers over there monitor the areas,
Yeah,
make
the
sure it's
time I
safe for the
want-
pedestrians.
I have a time that I want the police department to monitor in
I-
the morning.
time would that
Donald,
be,
I think I think the police former said they will monitor it. Okay?
I want a Pacific time, all right? You smiling, but I'm telling you something.
Do you have a specific time, Lieutenant?
Go ahead, sir.
Sir,
We can take that into consideration, and we'll have the officers whenever they're free to monitor it. If you have a specific time for us, sir.
Well,
Okay.
yes,
It's
sorry
during the
about
school
my
hours.
interruption with the, anyway. In the morning, I would like to see 6:30 to 8 o'clock to be monitored. And in afternoon, 3:30 to 6 o'clock in the PM in the afternoon.
Did you
Because, like I said, I live there and I've been monitoring
get-
it.
Donald, wait. Did you get those times?
Yes,
Yes, I
sir.
did,
Lieutenant?
sir. I
Okay,
did. Thank
got the
you.
Donald, they got the
Yes.
times. Yeah, and Donald will be our monitor for the neighborhood board.
Cannot.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
against
you.
the law for me to put down anything else.
Okay.
Worried about that.
Anything? Yes, Vern.
Question for District 5.
Hi, sir.
My name is Vernon Nakamura. I'm with the Lili Hapalama Christmas Parade. Is
Hi, sir.
Sergeant Jose Martinez still the Community Relations Officer for District 5?
Sergeant- It would, Sergeant Martinez does assist. I believe it might be Sergeant Owato.
They told me
No.
Sergeant Owata was going to retire at the end of 2024. Anyway, what I'm getting at is I normally used to ask Sergeant Owata for police support for the Christmas parade. So I sent an email to Sergeant Martinez, but I didn't get a response. So I'll try again. I just
Okay,
wanted
we'll
to
follow.
confirm.
Okay, sir. I'll make a note. I'll make an
Make a
extra
note, please.
notification to Sergeant
Yeah,
Martinez.
Lili Hapalama Christmas parade.
Okay.
Lily
And
has
sir,
been
what is your
supportive.
name again? Sorry.
Vernon Nakamura.
Vernon Nakamura. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anybody else from the audience? Board? WebEx? Okay, if not, HPD, thank you very much. Next,
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Have a good evening.
thank you.
Thank you, sirs. Stay dry.
Iris, where are you? Oh, by the way, thank you very much, Iris, for this emergency water storage. I was saying will this hold all my scotch and water when no, I guess.
It's suggested for water, but you can put
No, or just-
whatever
well.
you want, I guess, in it, huh?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so those bags, I had given everybody, the neighborhood board members and some audience. So it does hold water for emergencies. It was mentioned a few months ago. So I finally had time to bring it into the meeting.
We really want to thank you. Next to the throat lozenges, this really helps.
There we go. We're very useful. We like to give out useful things. Those are toilet dye tablets he's talking about, the lozenges. So it helps detect for leaks in your toilet. So it's edible, but not supposed to eat. No, but so I'm Iris Oda, and I usually report on main breaks, which none in neighborhood board 14 in, what are we in August, so it's a month behind. And then I just have one general announcement. It's a flyer. Oh, sorry. It's a flyer. Imagine a day without water. It's an event. So bring your entire ohana for this year's Imagine a Day Without Water. It's a free, family-friendly event. It's on Saturday, September 20th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's at Windward Mall's Center Court. And I passed out a handout to all of you guys for this too. So you can learn about One Water concept and why water is essential to every part of life. Explore interactive displays from over 20 cities, state, and community organizations, and enjoy hands-on activities, prize giveaways, including a 45-gallon rain barrel and much more. So that's another good thing to get is a rain barrel, and better than the bags. But so go to boardofwatersupply.com/OneWaterHawaii. So yeah, you guys, that's my announcement. I did have a follow-up from last month. 2 questions. A resident, I believe was Sophie, asked about a fire hydrant on the, what is it called? Stream Drive. Yeah, Stream Drive or Stream Street, yeah. Okay, so I asked about why there's no fire hydrants and the resident would have to put in sprinklers. So I was told here, after reviewing the area and current hydrant configuration, we would need to do a comprehensive review of the area and look to design for a neighborhood, not just for one home. So the type of project typically takes about 5 years to design, planning, permitting, and contracting. So that would be to upgrade the entire water system for the area. So we prioritize our pipe replacements based on likelihood of failure, time, and the consequences of failure, which is graded on a host of criteria. So generally, these areas that come to the top are the ones with a multitude of main breaks and other major impacts to traffic. And then, but we will be adding fire hydrant availability to our criteria as we do an update to our water master plan, which is underway right now. So, and no doubt this will reprioritize some areas. So we can look to add this to our capital project improvement list, but unfortunately, we can't resolve this concern quickly. So, and that was the first question. The second one was from a member, Kristen. It was a concern about a resident near 2048 Aleba Drive. So there's a fire hydrant, they said, that's in the way of them entering and exiting, well, it's near the entering and exiting the driveway. And they're worried about hitting it, so. And if it can be moved. So the hydrant near that address was installed in 1950, so it stood there for over 75 years without a single report of damage. So this information is going to be used as part of the criteria when we evaluate whether a fire hydrant should be relocated or protected with bollards. And if it can be moved, sorry, but no, the current infrastructure doesn't allow for safe relocation. Moving it Malka towards the dead end would reduce water pressure and compromising fire protection. And shifting it Mackay would place it 400 feet from the last property. And this is well beyond the spacing limits set by the fire protection standards. So that was a lot of information, but I hope whoever asked the questions, and it was one, and the other one, it's, that's the answers I was provided. There's,
Okay. So the fire hydrant is going to have to remain until you guys do a reevaluation.
yes.
Okay.
and
And if a car, out of curiosity, if a car hits that fire hydrant, that means they can sue the Board of Water Supply.
I am not a lawyer, so
That's why I
it
asked.
wasn't, yeah,
Well, anyway,
yeah.
food for thought.
For 50 years, so
Well-
it hasn't been hit, and it's still object.
She said no, so you're
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
All right. Any questions for,
Careful.
any questions for the Board of Water Supply? Okay. Audience? WebEx? No? I'll take a barrel the next time you bring.
I wish I would love to get that even for myself.
Oh, so we have to go to this. Oh, okay.
Go to that and you get a chance to win,
All right.
chance to win the barrel.
Great. Well, terrific.
Or we
Yes.
have barrel workshops. And if you go to the
Yeah.
Xeriscape Garden
Very
sale,
good.
that was in August.
And again, thank you for, on behalf of Neighborhood Board 14,
Oh,
my emergency water water storage bag. All right.
Terrific, anytime.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
Iris. All right, moving right along. Resident concerns? Any resident concerns? Everyone's happy. Good. Next, moving right along. Brandon, do you have to leave early? Or can you wait around? How long? Okay, unless there are any objections, we want to take a group picture, but somebody has to leave. So audience, stay tuned, stick around. We're going to take a 2-minute recess, 3-minute recess to take a quick group picture. Any objections to going to recess? Okay, if not, and all of you folks over there come over here. Thank you. And Camelia, I'm going to give you my camera and somebody else can get it taken. On our banner, we're missing Kamehameha Heights, which Donald represents. So Camelia, we're going to ask for a new banner.
I'll make sure to put a request in.
Okay, then we
the
can take
NCO
another
to
picture
buy.
with Donald. Yeah.
Yes.
3 months ago, I pointed out to you and to the board that never had Kamehameha Heights, okay? Because that's the time you gave us the banner. I had the banner. I opened it up. It doesn't have Kamehameha. Kamehameha Heights had 4 representatives. That's the most representative in the district of 14. The next one is only 2. So why did our chair accept that banner?
Oh, they're going to change the banner, Donald. So I made it a point, so they will change it. Right? All right. Okay, moving right along. Let's see. Any reports from any members going to other meetings that may be important to our board? Okay, if not, Ompo.
Okay, the Citizens Advisory Committee of the Oahu Metropolitan Policy Organization for Transportation met its usual monthly first Wednesday of the month on September 3rd. And there's several presentations. The main one was about the Navahine settlement with agreement. It's been 1 year since it was signed. And this is the, if you remember, the kind of a historic first where a group of youth sued the state because the state didn't have very specific plans to reduce greenhouse gases, gas emissions. And so they won, the youth with support of an organization, a national organization won, and there was an agreement that has been, I guess the result is that there's a draft which is becoming finalized of an energy security and waste reduction plan for the state. Now, the transportation contributes most of the greenhouse gases. And there are three main sources, which is ground transportation, aviation, and harbors, shipping, and port activities. So there are three strategies that are being used in the planning to reduce emissions. And that includes emission reduction, energy security, and affordability, because it has to, be practical and doable. There are benchmarks for the next 20 years. And so this is being put into place. One of the more immediate plans is to develop a bike and pedestrian network with 52 new miles of bike access or bike lanes and paths and 48 new miles of pedestrian facilities. This will make it easier, especially in certain neighborhoods, to get to schools and jobs without cars. Also in high crash areas to reduce auto traffic and to help underserved communities. There's also brought to attention that the week of September 29th to October 5th is a national initiative for a week without driving. So if people, they're trying to encourage people to try, at least for a little while, maybe not necessarily a week, but if you can for a week, to pledge to shift away from car dependency and try other modes of transportation. And it's also to bring awareness of what people who cannot drive for whatever reason, what they face daily in trying to get from place to place. So there are all these activities planned. If anybody's interested in signing up, there's, you can participate in different programs within that. You can email the person at OMPO, Samantha Lara, Lara. You can at oahumpo.org. She can send you some information. Okay, thank you.
Any questions from Ompo? Okay, audience? Camelia, how long, and I agree with Donald, we should have Cam Heights over here. And we already told you about it. How long will it take us to get a new banner?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I will let them know tomorrow.
I'll tell you what,
to
can you let me
request.
know when we can get our new banner? Because then at that time, I'm gonna ask if we can we're gonna take another picture. We need proper representation, so I agree with Donald. Okay,
Of course, yep.
okay, so let me know. So guys, don't put away your shirts, so, okay. Oh, and we do need a extra large for Brandon. Okay, anybody else? Everybody's got a shirt, right? Oh, somebody needs a small? Oh, okay. Who else? She's got it? Okay. So one small and one extra. extra, extra large. Okay, anybody else? We're gonna do this again. And thank you all for bringing your, wearing your shirts, whether they're old or new. Okay, thanks. Okay, moving right along. Presentations, walk, bike, drive, Hawaii Bike League, Pamela.
I get to talk after this 3-minute and 40-second video. Go ahead.
Drive with Aloha. The Walk, Bike, Drive program is funded by an HDOT grant to highlight the importance of pedestrian and bicycle safety on Hawaii's roads. Whether we walk, bike, or drive, safety is everyone's responsibility. The Vulnerable Road Users Law is part of a broader effort to enhance safety on Hawaii's roadways by addressing the risks faced by those traveling outside of motorized vehicles, such as pedestrians and cyclists. So far in 2025, the entire state has more than doubled its traffic fatalities over 2024. The average number of traffic deaths from 2014 through 2024 included 28 pedestrians, nearly 28 motorcycles and mopeds, 4 bicycles, and nearly 44 motor vehicles. Whether on foot, on a bike, or in a vehicle, commuters are a traveling ohana. We recognize license plates, stickers, and company logos. We merge with a wave, or better yet, a shaka. And when there is a crash, we learn just how close we are to each other. Here are a few things to keep in mind when sharing the road with cyclists. Respect the green bike boxes. That gives bicyclists a head start on a narrow section to reach the bike lane. Remember, when in a crash, the cyclist will always be more vulnerable no matter who was right legally. When passing, allow for 3 feet between your vehicle and a cyclist, even if it means waiting a few seconds to do it safely. Share when you see sharrows, which are placed where cyclists cannot safely drive on the shoulder of the road. What are cyclists telling you? Understand the road signals used by cyclists. Left arm pointed down or right arm behind back means the cyclist is stopping. Left arm outstretched means the cyclist needs to switch to the left lane or to make a left turn. Left arm pointed up or right arm outstretched indicates the cyclist is making a right turn. At a recent NOAA Hurricane Awareness meeting, HBL Executive Director Travis Council provided another reason bicycles make sense. During and following an emergency weather event, a human-powered bicycle is most reliable, especially if power outages persist, the internet is down, and roads are blocked to motor vehicles. Everyone has the right to be safe on Hawaii's roads. This precept in Hawaiian law originated with King Kamehameha I in 1797. The law was added to the state constitution in 1978. Please, kokua, make the right decisions. Driving with Aloha means everyone has a great day. Please send your comments or questions to Walk, Bike, Drive Coordinator Paula Bender at paula@hbl.org. Mahalo.
After I did that whole thing and I made a mistake going hbl.org. I was not about to do it again. Okay, here we go. So yesterday or today, this morning, we logged in our 59th traffic fatality. It's a woman in Kaneohe who was wearing a helmet on her moped. Somehow the person behind her hit her from the back. The person behind him was trying to go around that driver and hit her as well. It's like he was making a right turn. And anyway, long time ago, back in May, I was asked to do this presentation for bicyclists and pedestrians back in the olden days. Now we have e-bikes and e-motor scooters. And one of the things that I know is that if they do not have pedals, they do not get to ride in the bicycle lane. So anything with a pedal, you can ride in the bicycle lane, and it can be really startling for me when an e-bike goes by me, and because they're very quiet too. But I have a mirror, but not everybody does. So one of the things that people want to know is if there's any kind of education at the point of sale. Is the HPD going to start doing education? We have some YouTube videos on the HPL YouTube website. And I teach fourth graders how to ride bikes. And when those kids come out to ride a bike, and they are so excited, and we let them use our helmets, and some kids in different areas don't have shoes, they're not allowed to ride Crocs. So we have all kinds of shoes from other kids left in the van. And we teach them, and they have this joy of riding a bike, pedaling it themselves. And that I just wish every one of us could go back to that time, small kid time, when riding a bike was such a big fun deal. Are there any questions?
Any questions from the board? The only reason I brought the safety up, that's why I was looking at my my cell phone. Just recently, there was a article, electric motorcycle rider, 23, dies in Ewa Beach crash. Is that because he didn't know how to ride, or there's no lanes, or what? Yeah, let's see. Oh, high rate of speed. But they can't go more than 20 miles an hour.
There's this thing that they do to kind of increase the speed ability of these vehicles. You know, when you're driving in your car and you're on say, I live out in Huaycai, Kalanian Ole Highway, or just about anywhere, and you're surrounded by kids on these e-bikes or scooters, and they're doing their wheelies, and okay, drivers, guess what? You're in your car. They're the vulnerable ones doing the stupid stuff. And the vulnerable users law means that if you are involved in an accident with someone who's considered vulnerable, the penalties and potential time behind bars is lengthened and increased. Not that order. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yes.
Thank you for coming out tonight to present to us. I don't know if you're going to have the answer to this question, so I'll pose it to HPD and then our elected officials as well. But in regards to the law that I believe one of the sergeants brought up regarding the limit to the batteries for e-bikes, or the limit to how fast an e-bike should go, is there any efforts, or what efforts are out there to kind of not necessarily do buybacks, but try to determine exactly what e-bikes are still out there? Because I can guarantee you there's not solely e-bikes that max out at 20. There's some e-bikes that max out at 70. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure, or I haven't heard myself anyways, what efforts the state or the city's made to kind of curb or even, offer people the opportunity to decrease, I guess, the limit of their battery power.
Yeah, that's probably on everybody's mind. Cora, did that come up at the transportation meeting? Okay. Yeah, that's definitely on the menu. I'm pretty sure someone will confirm it in the audience.
Is the bike league doing anything positive? I won't say positive, taking the initiative to go and try and cut down on the number of, I'm using the word fatalities and accidents. I saw the figure, they're astounding. Are you folks doing anything to say, hey, we're going to have to cut this education or what? Training or what?
Yes. So I know that Travis and others are lobbying legislature for better laws and more accountability and education. But like as a cyclist, nobody's ever said, well, you need to sit down and figure out the law about your safety and that sort of thing. And I really don't know what accountability anybody has when it comes to these electric vehicles. You know, there's an adult in a household who has to take responsibility for the purchases of this vehicle. And then you have a child pretty much riding it.
So if I was to go and get a electric bike, I don't need a license. I can just buy it, jump on it, and just go out on a bike lane and
Well, there are the ones with the pedals, you don't need a license for that. And they're supposedly limited to 20 miles per hour and less. So it gets complicated, I guess you should
well, I
say.
think, okay, I'm going to turn it over to the next speaker. I think, do we have our state representatives online here? I hope they're listening to this. Can you guys do something in regards to some type of legislation to protect our overzealous adolescent bikers and give them, you know, I mean, if you're going to drive and I think it's 16 now, you get a permit or you can drive,
Yes.
but you got to go through a training, right? Mandatory training, and then you get a license. Why not a electric bike? It's a rhetorical question. but-
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm sorry. Any questions more?
Yeah, I got-
Yeah, Donald, go ahead.
You say you live in Hawaii Kai. You know, on the bike lane, if there a bike with two people riding side by side, is that legal? Because I think we've
As
seen it
a-
before.
if it happens all the time, and I hear you, I don't like it. My friends pull up next to me and start talking to me, and I'm like, I can't talk and ride at the same time. That's what I tell them. And I don't like it because someone might need to get by them. And then there's 3 lanes of traffic as well.
Right.
As an HBL person, I adhere and promote the HBL vision for our safety and for everybody. And Walk, Bike, Drive is supposed to build a culture of friendliness and courtesy between bicyclists, pedestrians, and drivers of other vehicles.
Yeah, because the thing is that when they ride into abreast and the law is 3 feet, you know, I hate to tell you what, they're coming real close to the 3 feet. And
Yes,
it's
yes.
not the driver's fault, it's their fault because they were riding into abreast. So
Yes,
have you guys addressed this problem too with our so-called bike association, whatever?
I don't mean to be like dumbfounded here with you, but here's the thing. You can bring your horse to water, but you can't make them drink it.
I think we know all the problems associated with this particular item, issue rather. So, Chance, you got
Sorry, one more question. I know with e-bikes coming into play, it's ever changing kind of atmosphere for the bicycling community. So I'm wondering, for the HBL, have you guys looked at possibly not necessarily expanding, but going into the territory of e-bikes, or if not, you know, necessarily doing that, is there any sort of partner organizations out there that do cover, you know, e-bike education?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody does, but at HBL, we have e-bike videos. We have addressed how to be a responsible e-bike rider. In fact, we're all considered drivers on the road, bicyclists, mopeds, e-bikes, drivers, as far as the law is concerned. You know, I don't think that all the tricks in the world are necessary. You know, I just do it for good exercise. But HBL is trying, like I said, to help with legislation.
Okay.
We do have classes. We do have classes. And I know that if people call and say, can you put together an e-bike class? They'll work on that. They'll probably put that together if they haven't already.
Thank you. And I bring it up because I know a lot of e-bike users tend to be on the younger side, you know, youth. And having, you know, organizations like yours I would see as a positive thing for youth. And, having somebody rather than videos to actually guide them through it would definitely help, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Thank
You for everything you guys do.
I'm trying to hustle this on because we have to be able to be out of here by 9 o'clock. So, any other questions? Yes.
They do outreach and education already.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So before I go and buy my electric bike, I'm gonna take some lessons.
Just don't bring your scotch and water along.
Don't worry about scotch and water. I don't, thank you. Any questions? More? Okay, let's move right along. State Climate Action Pathways Report. Pamela, thank you very much. I know you got to go to Waimanalo now, right? All right, good luck. Thank you for coming. I mean, Paula, rather.
All right. Aloha, everyone. My name is Bill. I work for the State Climate Commission. The State Climate Commission was formed a few years ago because climate impacts such as droughts, loss of native forests, rising sea levels, wildfires, increased temperatures, it's affecting all of us, probably Hawaii more so than many other states. So several years back, the Climate Commission was formed, and over the last year and a half, we've been working on the State Climate Action Pathways. It's a guide to guide us into the future, to bring on more renewable energies, to make more walkable communities, replant native forests that we know that was already here before us and that will survive and be better, and just to be better, better stewards of our Aina. And so we've been working on that Climate Action Pathways plan for about a year and a half. We attended over 80 events. We had focus groups. We've hired consultants. We've worked with lawmakers. And this plan is put together. It's a draft right now. It's almost 200 pages long. And we also have an executive summary that's about 20 pages long. But we have it out for public review right now. And it's on our website. If you go to climate.hawaii.gov, you can see it there on the website. There's a link that goes to this platform where you can review it online. We have 8 different measures. I'm holding up this poster here that talks about the 8 different sectors or measures that we're having public give input to. And so if you go onto that website, check it out. It's free to go on there. You have to create an account, but it's super easy. We even have a video on there to how to create that quick account. And give your feedback to the State Climate Action Pathways Plan. We've worked closely with Hawaii Bicycling League because they're doing these great things in the community as well. I'm going to leave some flyers over here, by the way, too, with the QR code, so you guys will be able to see that. We've also worked with Hawaii Department of Transportation and Oahu MPO and everything. There's so many partners that are working to make Hawaii a better place, replanting our native forests, Aloha Tree Alliance, Sierra Club, Nature Conservancy, Surfrider, and Department of Land and Natural Resources with Kaulunani. But so we're here to help bring everybody together to work on this Climate Action Pathways Plan to make it better for all of us. So we do want you to kind of go online if you can, give your feedback, share that information with anybody in your family across the state. We're reaching out to all the islands. We're doing library visits, little talk story sessions. We're visiting other neighborhood boards and visiting the other islands as well. But anyway, you guys have any questions for me or anything like that?
Yeah, any questions from the board? Audience?
I got.
Yeah, go ahead, Don.
You know, right now, there's a new tax that the so-called tourist pays for.
Yeah, the green fee, yes. There's an advisory board that's been put together now to help figure that out. We're not a part of that necessarily yet. We don't know if we will be or not, but yes, that green fee is coming about.
Because the thing is that it's not only the tourists. If I go to a hotel in Waikiki, I pay the tax. Okay, everybody pays the tax. The question is, who controls the funds on the tax to say where it goes and what is the results?
Yeah, that advisory board will be the ones to answer that question. So yeah, we're not a part of that. We don't know on that yet, but we have kind of the same questions. So yeah, no, those are valid questions. Sure enough. Yeah.
Do you make presentations to, let's say, the Rotary, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, I'm meeting with the Rotary on September 17th. I'm presenting to them down at
Good.
Salt. Yep.
How can we contact you if we wanted to have you present it to, let's say, my Rotary Club?
Yeah, you got my email because I emailed you.
I'll give you my card before you leave.
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I'm gonna leave in just a couple minutes because I got to run and get some groceries for my wife.
We can
But
do-
I'll leave it over there.
Okay.
But you can when you go onto our website, there's an email address on there too. So climate.hawaii.gov.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna post your poster on the door over there.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Any questions? Yes, Loy.
Hello, Bill. May I ask, are you familiar with the Mapuna Puna area?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a particular intersection that's always flooded with tide.
Yep.
So
the
when I
king
hear
tides.
the subject of climate change and how we can improve, that always kind of comes to my mind. I mean, as far as I know, the government hasn't done anything in the last, how many decades to address that issues. So how bad does it gotta get to be with all these climate change in order we take some actions? So
Oh,
what
it's gonna
action
get-
are we talking about?
So
And maybe in particular using that intersection as an example.
So it's going to get much worse. They're estimating the seas to come up anywhere from 3 to 6 to 8 feet over the next 100 years. And quite honestly, because that's connected to the storm drain that goes out to the ocean, unless you close that storm drain down, there's not much you can do. From my perspective, I just don't know. Unless you raise the roads, you would have to raise the roads and raise all that intersection to be able to deal with that. If you go down to Waikiki to the old Shorebird, which is now the Monkey Pod, you go right outside there, the ocean's hitting that side of the hotel right now, that restaurant. It's crazy how the seas have come up. So we've lost about 30 miles of beaches over the years from, beaches being washed away, but also sea levels coming up. And this is what we're going to have to face with infrastructure that you're talking about because of sea levels coming up with the king tides. But eventually there won't be a king tide anymore. Well, there will be a king tide always with the moon and everything, but the seas are going to come up even higher without the king tides because of sea level rise.
So may I ask, I guess, is your agency in charge of, initiating projects to raise the land or,
Our-
land swap?
Our specific agency is not in charge of that. That would be like Hawaii Department of Transportation and things like that of state roads. And then, of course, Honolulu County for the county roads, things like that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, Bill, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming.
Yeah, thank you guys very much. And thank you all for all that you do. Appreciate it.
All right, moving right along. Mayor's representative, Ed.
Aloha and good evening. Edward Los Banos, Mayor's representative for Neighborhood Board 14. A few highlights from the Mayor's newsletter that's available online, honolulu.gov/mayor/newsletter. First one I got is Oahu's Purple Heart recipients were honored at a recent ceremony at Honolulu Hale. New signs will be posted up recognizing Honolulu as a Purple Heart city. So they'll be on city campus. There's going to be a couple of signs, but it's also going to be around our major military installation. Second thing I got that affects us is Heart Breaks Ground in the new guideway rail stations through the Kalihi to Kaka'ako corridor. What's different about the way they're doing this one is that the contractor has a pretty robust team. They're starting at either sides, both Kaka'ako and Kalihi, and they're working their way to the middle. And so it should be done quicker than the other folks that were going one way, starting at one side and then working their way to their terminal area. We did get a visit from the U.S. Department of HUD Region 9 Administrator that came to visit us. I had a chance to meet with him. He was a great guy, really inspirational, ex-Navy SEAL, and somebody that lived in poverty for most of his life prior to becoming a Navy SEAL, but kind of took all the welfare programs and was able to turn his life around. Big believer in the program, a lot of lived experience, a lot of great energy. Looking forward to working with him. We also have 8 new youth commissioners that were sworn in recently in a ceremony in Honolulu Hale. What they have are high school to age 24 students that are able to participate in the youth commission and be a voice for youth with our city council. And then finally, our Oahu junior lifeguards returned with the state championships from Maui as the state champions. So it's a historic victory for us. Moving on, I do have some updates for you that I have listed here. First one up I have are the abandoned vehicles that were identified previously by the board in the neighborhood. So I think a total of 7 vehicles were reported. 2 of them were towed, the ones at Hala Drive and Aupuni Street. The rest, they said the vehicles were not abandoned or derelict and parked either in front of owner's residence or not in the area. I did get some observations from folks on your board indicating that there are a couple from the list that are still there. So I'll go ahead and follow up with those. Those are the ones in the vicinity of Waihe'e Street. But we'll go ahead and follow up for you on that. The e-bike educational presentation. I know it would have been great if we had both presentations, the Hawaii Bicycle League as well as the HPD one. But HPD is working on finalizing a public presentation for that and something special for the neighborhood board because it's a growing issue. I do know that they're actually really proactive. So the presentation I saw was something that they had been trying to launch in communities or in schools. A community policing team were going into the schools in areas that had a lot of bike riders in there, just to kind of educate them and do some education. So there are some proactivities out there. There are some enforcement activities going out there, but as described earlier, it's a tough area to enforce just because looking at the bike, you can't verify if it's 750 watts. Just like with the mopeds, it's simple tools you can go ahead and modify, how fast those things can go. But I didn't want to go into that. I wanted to leave that to the pros at the HPD to cover. So once they get that presentation squared away and their roadshow ready to go with all the neighborhood boards, we'll have that scheduled on this agenda.
Yeah, so actually, once CPD's got that presentation, maybe we can set it aside for one of our presentations here.
Yep.
Put it on the, Olelo.
Let's see, the next one I have is the Natsunoya Tea House. What allows them to park up into their property, use their whole property line to do for parking. So what I got, Natsunoya's operations commenced well before any kind of land use regulations. In the 1930s is what's on record. So the first zoning action taken on them was actually in 1946, so before statehood. So the 1946 action, we actually had a zoning board back then. The city and county of Honolulu did prior to statehood. And they did take it under advisement, how long it's been in operation, how it preceded written laws on setbacks and everything like that. But that said, that permit is what allows them to use their whole property for parking. There has been a request. They did provide me back in 2012. I think there's been the paving project that happened since 2012. The recent one that kind of takes it to the corners. But in 2012, there was something sent out, what allows them to do that. And that's kind of where it got where they provided me a lot of this information. But it did allow them, the finding and the recommendation from DPP coming out of that is that they can use their whole entire property from pin to pin, basically, for parked cars, just because it's something that's non-conforming and was accepted back in 1946. Because they started existence, prior to, in the 1930s or before then even. So that's the feedback I got from that one. Let's see what is next on the list. Okay. I have the metal plate road cover potholes in the vicinity of 526 North School Street. So what they're reporting is the steel plate that was reported previously by Alika, who's not here today. Those are Hiko's plates. They have a project there. So Hiko has since resecured the plates, so you won't hear as much rattling. You'll still hear, you definitely hear people hear the tires contacts with plates as they're going over it. But to mitigate some of the noise, they were able to get those plates resecured. If they have anybody have any further concerns, you can contact Hiko directly. They gave us a customer service line of 808-548-7311. Next one I have is the solid white line, or currently request for a solid white line on Pali Highway in the vicinity of Paoa Road. This one, as I mentioned, as I suspected last month, is a state DOT road, and it's not a city road. So I think that this sort of question is going to have to be referred to the to either one of the legislators on the in attendance today, or to the governor's representative for this neighborhood board, Dallas, if he's listening. If you can kind of look into this one. The concern was people crossing over, coming up Pali, just past School Street, above School Street, and people who just kind of whip it all the way across in order to take that Paoa exit into Paoa Valley. The request is, to avoid that, have a solid white line coming up from School Street up until that Paoa off ramp. Okay, last one I have in here is the new Wanu Bates painted crosswalk installation update. As I mentioned before, the Complete Streets Administrator, the cities can't necessarily install it by just repainting the crosswalk. Street codes and designs won't allow us to do that. There is a proposal that is being considered by the Department of Transportation Services for a modified intersection to allow the crosswalk to be re-implemented there. And what the report is, the Complete Streets Administrator, Renee Espiau, would like to present these changes at the November meeting of the board.
Yeah, just to reiterate that, I got an email from the DTS, and they are going to make a presentation, Liana, in November, a complete presentation in regards to the crosswalk at Bates and Nuuanu. So stay tuned. We'll get this resolved one way or another. Okay, thank you. That it? Ed? Any questions? Yes, Loy.
How's it, Ed? Thank you for the previous advice on using the HNL 311. I have used it for a number of the issues that I have raised, and I believe there are satisfactory results. So thank you for that, and thank you for whoever is manning the app on the other end of it. I do have a question. Seems like some of my lodge issues, some gets posted on even after it's resolved, but some seems to be taken away. What's the policy or the criteria that decides what stays on and what gets taken off?
You're saying that when you post something to 311, some of them magically disappear without resolution?
Oh, no, they're resolved.
Okay.
But some are resolved, but they're still posted on.
Oh, okay. I'm not aware of what that means is. So I'll take a look at it and get back to you how 311 works and what resolved matters, continue to live in the system and what gets resolved and removed.
Great, would appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other questions? Questions? Don?
I would like to thank the city and county for putting my four-way stop sign on Kapalama and Hala. I would like to know if you could find out who exactly in the transportation department who initiated the procedure for the stop sign, because I think the board would like to thank that person because it's been a long fight to have that four-way stop sign put on. So if you could get us a name or something, so we will really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, you can give me that name and I'll just pass it on and maybe just recognize the Donald, how long has it been since you asked for the four-way stop?
I think I brought it up and I have the paper from the department head. I think I went to two mayors. Or was it three mayors? So it's been a long fight. I mean, but the thing is that it's done. I hope the traffic accident will decline so that people will be safe. That was our main concern because that intersection was one of those residential intersection that had the most traffic accident recorded. So, yeah. So if you could, we would like to have the name so we can show our appreciation.
I think that's great. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I want to thank Donald for being perseverance, as they call it. I think it was when we started, right, with 2008? No, a long time ago, right? I remember that. So anyway,
Wow.
Donald, thank you. And DTS, just give us a name. We can draft something. Yeah.
I'm not sure if this was answered before, but are you able to ask DTS what was the original, I guess, holdup or reasoning behind having it as only stop going across the Kapolom Avenue?
I mean, I haven't answered that question, so I don't have a answer off the top of my head, but
No worries.
we can go ahead. I mean, we can put.
Yeah,
make that
next
inquiry.
meeting.
Yeah.
Thank
Yep.
you.
But thank you for your patience. I use that intersection daily, and I did notice an improvement in the queuing on Hollow Drive especially.
Thank you. Probably the hardest part is stop coming down Kapalama.
Yep.
I mean, I do go 25 miles an hour. Anyway, thanks. All right, any questions from the board? How about from the audience? WebEx? All right. Diana, stay tuned. November, come back. Perseverance. Look how long that it took for Donald to get his four-way stop. 2 mayors. Yeah. Yeah, I know. All right. Yeah. Well, this mayor will get it done. I hope. All right. Let's see. Moving right along. Councilmember Tam, are you here or a representative?
Hi, yes, Peggy Mirswa representing Councilmember Dos Santos Tam. We don't have much to update, just wanted to let everybody know about the train station neighborhood design workshop. And that's going to be at Kalakaua Middle School, 6 to 8:30 on Thursday, 9/11. And then I was just gonna, it's been talked about a lot tonight, but the four-way stop sign. And I believe actually my boss will be posting some social media about it too, to bring some awareness to that four-way stop. So thank you, Donald, for kicking that off many mayors ago. It's finally come to fruition.
That it?
That's
Oh,
it.
okay. Any questions for Councilmember Tam? Okay.
I have.
You do? Go ahead.
The walkway on Judge Street, where are we on that?
They're still working on the sidewalk stuff.
Can't hear you.
Oh. They're still working on the sidewalk. Is it going? I don't know why. Can you hear me now?
We can't hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Hear you.
Oh, Senator Kim can hear me. I don't know.
All right, Don, you're gonna have to
I'm in San Jose.
ask the question again next month. I'll put it on the agenda too if you want. All right, moving right along. Senator Carl Rhodes. Oh, there you are.
It's amazing how I can sneak up on people. I mean, being 6'2" and 185.
Nice seeing you.
Nice to see you. Good evening, everyone. There were a couple of questions left over from last month. Leanna was asking me about the vacancies at the Makamaya Apartments, which is 21 South Kuakini Street, which is a public housing building right behind the 7-Eleven down there at Kuakini and Nu'uanu. I did contact Hawaii Public Housing Authority. They informed me that there are currently 23 vacant units, of which 30 are being modernized. So I guess they're redoing the bathrooms or something. So that's why there's so many empty. And then one unit was recently vacated, and there are 2 that are ready for occupancy. The other one that was raised by Sophie, I believe, was about the department, sick kids coming to school. The Department of Education, being the large organization that it is, has a rule about everything, and there is a rule about who can come to school and under what circumstances. So quoting from one of their guidances, it's if a student comes to school with a fever or starts feeling sick at school, they will be sent home or to a healthcare facility based on symptom severity. Students returning to school after an illness may be screened for fever through the school health room at the discretion of school administration. Students with concerning symptoms should be sent to the school health room and provided first aid in accordance with department school health assistant manual. So there's rules for it. You're not supposed to take your sick kids to school. You're supposed to take them home if they get sick during school. Enforcing that is probably, well, some symptoms are harder to spot than others, put it that way. And if parents are actively trying to hide symptoms by like giving somebody Tylenol when they have a fever, I don't know, it's going to be very difficult to enforce it all the time. But there is a process, but I would say that it's not going to be perfect. Okay. Hawaiian Electric is informing their Oahu customers of various financial assistance programs available to them. The Hawaii Home Energy Assistance Program, HEAP, as it's referred to, provides help for households in crisis who will be disconnected at a maximum of $650 in payments per household. They also provide energy credits. Payments vary for households not in crisis. But if you go on Hawaiian Electric's website and you think you or a friend might be eligible, please take advantage of that. The Attorney General is alerting Hawaii consumers who purchased generic drugs between May 1, 2009 and December 31st, 2019, which is probably just about everybody, that they may be eligible to receive compensation as a result of a class action suit with a generic drug manufacturer, Apotex Corp. They were price gouging somehow, and all this ended up paying a little more than we were supposed to. You can go to their aggenericdrugs.com, aggenericdrugs, all one word.com. And there's a list of drugs that are covered by it. It's a very long list. I've already filed because I used Cipro one time for an infection. I encourage people to take advantage of it because otherwise this company's gouging us. Let's see what else. Okay, COVID. I don't know. Maybe I'm obsessed with COVID. I don't know, but it's still a nasty disease. I did get it fairly recently. I'd never gotten it before. About 2 months ago, I finally, because I'd been wearing a mask long after everybody else had, and I was like, you know what? I'm just fed up with this. I'm not wearing a mask anymore. 3 weeks later, I got COVID. So it's definitely around right at the moment. The positivity rates are quite high. In fact, they're way higher than they were during the pandemic. The difference, of course, now is that we have shots and we have, a lot of us have had it, and so we have some immunity. But it's still kind of a wild card disease. Sometimes it doesn't really do anything to you, and then sometimes it can be really bad. And I know people who've gotten, young people who are otherwise healthy gotten long COVID, which is all kinds of weird symptoms. You don't want that. So despite all the stuff going on in Washington, it looks like in Hawaii, we will still be able to get COVID shots for free like we did before, even if we don't fall into the restricted categories that the Centers for Disease Control just put out. So, I encourage you to keep getting your COVID shots, especially if you're over 65 and you have some sort of underlying condition. But in Hawaii, at least, it looks like it's going to stay like it was before, which is everybody over 6 months. And then at Paxlovid, of course, we do have that too, which is also useful because it reduces your chances of, once you have it, it reduces your chances of going to the hospital, and it also reduces your chances of getting long COVID. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Questions? I have one question. Unlike Florida, hopefully Hawaii is not in that situation, right? Our kids have to be vaccinated in regards to measles, et cetera, correct?
We have not changed the rules. Now, what I
Oh.
don't know is whether the rules are linked to CDC. So that will be something we'll be looking at, but right at the moment, it's the same. It's the same regimen. I don't know if that's the right protocol. I think the doctor types call it.
Well, I hope not. That scares the heck out of me.
Considering how many diseases have been either almost completely obliterated or are completely under control, I mean, we're sort of being victims of our own success. People have never heard of measles because no one's ever had it because we had vaccines.
And now there's a breakout.
And now it's starting to get a few cases.
Well, if you can find out, make sure it.
Yeah, well, I'll be looking
Yeah,
at
if
it.
you let us know. I mean, we'd like to encourage our families to go get the vaccines for these kind of.
Yeah, no, right at the
travel.
moment, in my understanding is nothing has changed. It's the same,
Okay.
it's the same
Great.
protocol,
Great.
same recommendation, same protocol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Questions? Yes, Loy.
Aloha, Senator Carl. Thank you for your update on the Makamai housing situation. Just a general question, and this kind of applies to a lot of the departments, not just this example, but from what you mentioned, if 23 of the units, and if I recall correct, Makamai only has about 30 units. I mean, why not just knock it down and rebuild? Why keep fixing it? Like a lot of these other state facilities.
No, it's bigger than that. I don't know. Sorry. 124, that sounds about right. There's like 4 floors that go, I don't know, there's probably 20 units a floor or something like that. So they do so right at the moment, Mayor Wright Holmes, which is also in the district I represent, some of those buildings, I mean, they're redoing the whole thing. It's a whole redevelopment, and they have started the buildings that are so far gone that it makes no sense to fix them. They're boarding them up and not putting anybody in them. But I think, well, they make a determination whether the building is to that point, and this one they have determined doesn't need to be knocked down yet anyway.
Thank you. Any other questions, board? Audience? WebEx? Knots?
I did have 2 other comments. I'm sorry,
Sure.
from people, the questions came over here. I think the reason though, in Mapuna, I'm not absolutely positive, but I believe the road that goes underwater is private. And that's why neither the state nor the city have stepped in to do anything. Because that is going to be a huge issue. And Navahine case, the settlement for that addresses that a great deal. Because already on the windward side, Kamehameha Highway you drive along and get a wave and it'll hit you in your car. So that's going to have to move or get higher. And then there was a bicycle question. So legally, a bike, you don't have to ride side by side on the road. The bikes have the right to take the whole road. And as a car, if you come up behind them and you run into them from the back, that's on you, just like it would be if you ran into a car from the back. And if it slows you down, you're supposed to wait until you have a safe place to pass them, just like you would a car. So that, just so you know, it's easy for me to say because I don't own a car and I'm almost always in the other situation. And I can't tell you how many times I've been almost run over by people driving who are supposed to stop for me at a stoplight or a crosswalk, and they just don't. And the problem is, even if I do something wrong, I pay the price because I'm always going to lose to the car. But the car is always, the guys driving, they never get hurt. And they run over bikes and people. And, having said that, I also see bicycles coming up Baratania against, it's one way most of it, going against the traffic on Baratania at night with no lights on. And it's like, you guys have a death wish. So anyway, I'm sorry. I'll stop there. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Senator. Okay, moving right along. Senator Kim, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Oh, good. Hi.
Hi,
Where are you?
everyone. If I look
All right.
jet lag, it's because I am. I just got in, was left Hawaii at 7 a.m. I'm at San Jose for a wireless conference, and it starts tomorrow. So we're going to get to go to Apple and so forth. Can you hear me? can.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go
Okay,
ahead.
Thank you. I just want to say Senator Rhodes is correct. That area they talked about is Damien Estate, owned by Damien Estate. And when I was on the city council, we tried to get that area fixed by the city, but that's what we were told. So that is continued to be a problem there. My committee report has been sent digitally to you, Chair, and the board members. And if you're a member of the public at the meeting and want to get the report ahead of time, please email my office with your email. Legislative updates, our Senate Ways and Means Committee, of which I am a member. We're doing our island visits. We did Kauai. This week they're doing Maui, and next month we're going to be doing the Big Island. These visits help us with our CIP and some of the other legislation that we do in the neighbor islands. Community concerns. I just want to bring up that Representative Takenouchi and myself been busy. We've met with Kamehameha Schools. We actually got a meeting with the headmaster there and the government relations, and it was a fruitful meeting because today we received an email from the headmaster, and I'm happy to report that they said in their email to us that they are going to not conduct any more mulching, which the concerns were that every time they mulched, that it went up into the air, and that they will discontinue the metal compacting at the Puna Yard. So great news. Finally, we have some movement on that, and really want to thank Kamehameha Schools for stepping up, and Representative Takenouchi for your work on this as well. And the neighbors, the residents have been complaining for 4 years. There's still a question, and they bring this up about the weed maintenance of the neighbor's property that falls beyond the retaining wall, and that they say that they're open to discussing options that are mutually beneficial. So I'm very hopeful that we're going to come to some mutual beneficial results on this. And so again, we really want to thank everybody for all the efforts, as you, Chair, as well, on this measure. So we will continue to monitor it. I'll continue to work with Representative Takenouchi on making sure we get the rest of this done, and make sure that there is no more metal crushing that is going on to disrupt the neighbors. I also want to mention that National Foundation of Women Legislators, of which I've been a chair in the past, have awarded 100 backpacks that I can distribute to some of our schools. And so we are giving first graders at Kalihi and Kapalama Elementary School these backpacks. We're trying to get it to the schools where they have a lot of free lunch, majority of free lunch students, and a lot of housing students. Also, the Honolulu Authority for Rapid Transit, HART, will be hosting a neighborhood design workshop on the Mokuea, Kalihi, and Kapalama Station. The workshop is an opportunity for attendees to interact with the project representatives, ask questions, provide feedback regarding the preliminary designs of the stations. It will be taking place on Thursday, September 11th, which is coming up really soon, right? What is it today? The 8th, yeah, the 11th. And 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the King David Kalakaua Middle School cafeteria. And if you cannot attend in person and you'd like to provide feedback, you can contact HART directly at info@honolulutransit.org. Finally, I think that's it. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
No, I want to thank you and Representative Takenouchi for, I think it was Councilmember Tam also at the meeting with Kamehameha School and the residents?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, thank you and Representative Takenouchi. And
It
actually,
was a last minute thing, Chair. We were supposed to meet with just government relations, and I had sent out notices that we wanted to meet with the headmaster, and we were told that a couple hours before the meeting that the headmaster was going to attend, and I was able to get hold of Rep. Takenouchi, and she happened to be available, and so we both were able to meet. So
well, that's good. I'm glad that, you reached out, and also We do have two representatives from Kamehameha School, and you want Representative Takanuchi is next, and she was the lead, but since you gave a great report, I think that's going to be repetitive. Anything in the Kamehameha School wants to say? No? You're good? I'm going to ask any residents want to say anything. Okay? We're progressing. We okay? All right, oh, come up. We want to make sure you guys are happy. And if you're not, could you identify yourself and then whatever comment?
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Sue Eberhardt, Aleva Heights resident. This is incredibly great news, and the neighbors are very grateful for this long term, 4 years coming, and we appreciate this milestone to get there. But hopefully, what I was a little concerned about is when they said no more crushing metal. There's a lot of other noises that come out there besides the crushing metal that hopefully we can continue the dialogue with Kamehameha to no longer have any loud activities coming from that pit. And that's where we'd like to go forward. But again, thank you very much, Senator Kim, Representative Takanuchi, and the Kamehameha staff, for the headmaster and everyone involved. We appreciate everybody's open dialogue. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And personally speaking, I want to thank all of the players, because actually when we met at Kamehameha and we brought everybody together, and they all said you're going to resolve this together, and that's great. You hopefully everybody's happy. That's all. Anybody else want to say anything? No? Okay. Senator Kim, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm going to sign off after the legislative
Yes.
reports because
Yes.
it's late over here. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Oh.
All right, moving right along. Let's see, Representative Takanuchi.
Hello.
Hi, Jenna.
Hi. So I was going to lead with the Kamehameha updates, but yes, great news. I was very happy. I talked to Roz with the government relations team a little earlier today just to check in about that update that we received, since I know it was under me on the agenda. And just wanted to also really thank the school for kind of, working, hearing the neighbors' concerns, coming out, talking with them, and then again with me and Senator a little bit more after we got the first initial round responses to see what we could do to help with the situations. Did want to clarify also that, yes, they are also working on a resolution for, I know the neighbors had an additional concern about fire break and the vegetation near the property. We're continuing to work on that, but they are still kind of figuring things out on their end with their admin and their maintenance staff. But they said additional updates are forthcoming, so that's where we're going to get more information about that. And then, Senator did cover the gist of the updates. I just had two other quick things. Sorry, I'm also traveling, so it's a little late where I am. I'm in Colorado right now. I have two events coming up that I just wanted to flag for the board. I'm continuing my little park talks across the district. So the next one is actually going to be this month on the 18th, so September 18th. From 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. I'm just going to be at Pu'unui Park in the meeting room. If anyone wants to just come by, talk story, this informal conversation, no agenda. You want to just, everyone can just stay if we want to have a group discussion, or if you just want to come ask a question and leave. That's either way, it's all good. I'm just trying to make myself available. I'll put a link to all these events in the chat. And then thank you to this board. My second event coming up next month in October is going to be a community resource fair that I am partnering with Representative Holt and Kuakini Medical Center about. The Kuakini graciously offered their auditorium to host a bunch of our district organizations. This neighborhood board is participating. Thank you very, very much. for coming out. I believe Nu'uanu Neighborhood Board is also coming. We have a whole bunch of organizations coming, Lanakila Senior Center, Ho'opono, Lanakila Civic. Like, we just sent it wide, and everybody seems to be wanting to come out just to share with community the good work they're doing, resources that they're offering to everybody. So please save the date for that. Again, oh, sorry, it's going to be October 18th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Kuakini in their auditorium. I'll share again next month as well. And I'm going to be, me and Representative Holt are going to be sharing information with community soon, mailing that out and alerting people that it's happening. And again, I'll put a link in the chat with just, so sorry, I just have kind of like a general resource page with like all these little events I'm hosting. Everyone is free to join any Park Talk, any of my events. I'm coming up a little short on mail. Mail's gotten very expensive. So this website is just going to be updated regular as we schedule things. Hoping to do a couple more Park Talks before the end of the year. But everything will be listed online. If you don't get an email or a card, you're still, if you see on the webpage, you're still welcome to join. And if there's any other questions, happy to take that back.
No, Representative, thank you very much for, working with Senator Kim and Kamehameha School and the residents to resolve their issues. I think that's very important. And hopefully it'll come to be an amicable situation. For your information, we will be represented at your resource fair on the 18th of October. That's going to be at Kuakini, and our chair is Chance, and we have a few representatives from our board who will be there.
Yes, thank
is
you
there
guys
anything
for participating.
Anything you want to tell us that we should do? We have a very limited budget, so we can't give out a lot of freebies, which probably
It's free.
means
It's
none.
no cost to any of the organizations. Show up. Sorry, Chance did email me just the other day. I gave a little bit basic information. We're sending out a more formal email to all the participants this
Okay,
week.
great. Just send it to me.
No
and we'll
cost,
be
don't
there.
worry.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Audience? Okay, if not, thank you very much. Okay,
Thanks,
moving right
everybody.
along. Let's see, Representative Holt. Representative Hussey. Ah, very good. Hi. Thanks for coming.
Good evening, everyone. One of the side effects of being the most junior member of the legislature and at the very end of the agenda is everyone has said all the things that I was going to mention tonight. So I will reiterate my gratitude to our city leaders for their work on the Hala Kapalama intersection, and thank you to Mr. Nitsa for spearheading that 2 or 3 mayors ago. We appreciate everyone's leadership. And also on my list is the Kapalama Skyline meeting that's taking place this Thursday, 6 p.m. at Kalakaua Middle School. Hope everyone wants to come. I'm going to be there. It should be good fun. And I guess that's it. If you have any questions about legislation or anything else, please.
Well, let me tell you something, Representative, and I think I can speak on behalf of our board. We're just so happy to see you here. I won't mention any names, but we're happy to have you here because we know that you care about our neighborhood board. So thank you for coming.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Questions, comments, board, audience, WebEx? Not. Thank you. And
thanks.
don't worry, if we have an issue, you will hear from us.
Okay, good.
Okay, moving right along. Who are you missing here? Okay, Governor's rep. Do we have the governor's rep here? Not this time. How about a representative from Ed Case's office? Okay. All right, next on the agenda, approval of minutes from Monday, July 14th. Both? And August the 11th? We'll do one at a time. Okay, so first of all, approval of the minutes for July 14th, 2025. Any corrections? If not, entertain a motion that we approve those minutes.
I so move. All right.
You're going to make the motion?
I
Okay,
move to.
Move across, second by Zodell. Discussion? Not? Raise of hands. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? Motion's carried. Next, approval of the minutes of August 11th, 2025. I need a motion to approve. Who said it? Oh, Zodell? Is there a second? Seconded by Chance. Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you. All right, unfinished business, none, new business. Lilia Palama Christmas Parade. Vern?
Good evening. This is part of the, I'm sorry, Vernon Nakamura, Lilia Palama Christmas Parade Coordinator. This is part of the requirement by the city to have a parade. I came out last month to see if there are any objections or comments. I've received none. So I'm going to report to the city that there are no objections. I would appreciate if the board would endorse the parade like they did last year. It's a big help. And secondly, I put Chance, Wes, and Darren on the email to invite you folks to the parade, but nobody responded. Can somebody respond that you folks, because I kind of put you guys in a slot already, but can someone respond to me? You guys didn't receive my email. Darren, you didn't get my email. This is about last week, about maybe 2 weeks ago. I sent out a blast. Okay, I'll send it out. Try to send it out again. Okay, you're gonna part it. Again, it's the November 28th, same time, but the safety meeting, Darren, you came to the safety meeting last time, yeah? Same place at United Church of Christ on Judgment.
Yeah, I'll have Darren go. He's our vice chair. He went last time.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I have, President.
Any questions, board? I want to ask for a motion that you want, let's see, not approve, endorse is a better word. I'll ask for a motion to endorse the Lilia Palama Christmas Parade, which should be on the
28th of November.
28th of November.
November.
so moved.
Thank you, Carol. Who seconded? Oh, Zoya, okay. Okay, any discussion? Yes. Go
Question.
ahead.
May I ask, what's the parade route?
It comes from goes down Judge Street, all the way down Lilia to King, and ends on Kokea by Ferguson Plumbing. That's like 40 years, over 40 years, the same route every year.
Model.
Where have you been? You got to join the parade. Come join us. okay?
No. He just got on board. He has an excuse.
I guess I only went on the top, so I only see the top. I didn't know where it ends.
Zoe, as Darren said, it's all downhill. Okay, we hope to see all of you there. We had a great time that we had a little fellowship after, so if you can make it. And Darren is in charge, so if you don't mind again. Any more discussion?
One last thing, you asked about how to donate because we do need money.
Yes.
So I have this flyer.
Do you have one flyer a piece? Oh, okay. Yeah, if you can donate to the Lions, because now I believe only the Lions is sponsoring this, right? You're not getting any more money, right, from anything?
We still need outside donors. We have open book. It takes about $4,000 to run a parade. So pretty much the Lions so far, we raised about 2,000. We have some extra money, but if people can support us, that'd be a big help.
Okay, I would
And
encourage.
all it is the bus from Kuananakoa School Band, the candy, and the barriers we put up. The police, the fire department, they all help us. It's all pro bono. So
That's
you know,
good.
we're inexpensive parade, but as Representative Tam told me, it's the only event for our district. And you think about it, it's the only event. So please support us. Thank you.
And also it's again downhill and we will be hopefully in the front, right? And not behind the fire engine. Oh, okay, all right. All right, but thank you. And I will not hold my breath for sitting on one of those Corvettes. Although if one of the queens doesn't show up, I'd be more than happy to take her place. Okay, did we have a motion? We needed a vote? Oh, yeah, did we need a vote? Okay, all those, in favor, raise your right hand endorsing our Lilia Palama Parade. Those opposed? None? Motion's carried. Thanks, Fern. All right. Okay, moving right along. Item B under new business, good governance reforms resolution and consideration of board action. Everybody should have a copy of that resolution. I wanted to say, if you are in favor or you would like to have our board endorse this, or that's pretty much it. I don't want changes on the resolution. It'll take forever. If you want our board to endorse it, then I'll entertain a motion. But first of all, is there any discussion on this? You should have all have had a copy of this. Any discussion or any questions? I think,
Chair?
let's see, yeah, I think it
Chair.
was, yes.
In general, I support what's here. Having worked at the legislature, some of it just isn't doable with the current legislative session.
So what is your pleasure, board? First of all, any questions? Or any discussion? Yeah, go ahead, Christine. You're the one who kind of pushed that a little bit here.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I realize that some of this stuff will take a very long time, but I think this is aspirational. I think we need to strive to work towards these parts. And you know, it's not perfect, but I think it's important. And so I personally would like to call a vote on this.
So would you like us to endorse? I think that's the best word, endorse the resolution. Let me just say that as the chair of the State Ethics Commission, a lot of what's in here is already, some of it has been promulgated in regards to our state ethics laws here in the state of Hawaii. So I say it's a good thing. Anything to improve our government, it'd be great.
And as I recall, a lot of the organizations that put this together are, well respected and know the issues very well. So aspirational, yes, but we have to start.
Okay. Any more discussion? I'll entertain a motion that Neighborhood Board number 14 would like to endorse a good governance reforms resolution. Anybody want to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Christie, seconded by
Second.
Cora. Any discussion? Okay, I'm going to ask for a roll call vote on this.
Okay, the motion is to support the good governance reforms resolution.
I think it was endorsed. You want to endorse or support? What word do you want to use? Motion, where's the maker? Christie, what do you want? Endorse or support? Support?
Support.
Support, okay. No objection, support. Okay, roll call.
Cantrell, Christian, Higa,
Just say aye or nay.
Apu,
Support.
Kuo, McPherson, Magawai, Mitsuda, if you don't mind.
To the left.
Yeah, he's online.
You online?
Yeah,
Brandon, are you online?
okay. Mitsuda. Okay, Skip, Naoa Ota, Nita. Okay. Yamamoto.
Aye.
Valdez is not here. Chair,
Aye.
11 ayes, 0 no, 0 abstentions. The motion passes.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, and thanks, Christie, for bringing it to our attention. Next is pesticide resolution introduced by Representative Amy Peruso. I forgot who was the one who brought it to our attention. You did? All right, go ahead.
She's not here. I don't know. What? Is she?
Well, you want to have somebody speak in regards to this
I
resolution?
don't know that I can.
Well, I'm not gonna, if nobody can explain this, then I don't want to take an action that we may not understand. Anybody know about this? I mean, everybody has a copy of the resolution.
Oh,
I think the person who explained it presented it last time?
Yeah,
last
I
meeting?
think so.
Right, she was an intern. with
She
the-
gave us a kind of a, what's a herbicide versus a pesticide. And I found that it's okay for me to use Roundup to kill all my weeds. But then she submitted this resolution. What's your pleasure, board? Go ahead, Wyland.
I think everybody's kind of hesitant, so maybe if we table it to next month.
Okay, any objections to that? I'll keep it on the agenda. And if she wants to come back, she can talk about it.
Yeah.
Great. Any objections? Okay, we'll table that for next month. All right, let's see, community organization, Malaya? No. St. Francis?
Actually,
No.
hello, can you hear me?
St. Francis? Oh, is there somebody from Malaya?
Yes. Hello.
Oh. Please identify yourself. Are you from Malaya?
Yes, my name is Todd Nordstrom.
Well, welcome.
Well, thank you. I represent Mauna Kea as the Capital Improvement Projects Coordinator. So specifically looking at the Keola Street parking lot project. I'll be giving the updates in future neighborhood board meetings. Just as a real quick update. So we did have the drawings almost make it through DPP. They were noted with things that the consultant needed to pick up changes. There was a portion of the property which is owned by the city and county, which required to change a portion of the entry drive. So those comments have been picked up. It was rerouted through Department of Planning and Permitting, and it needs to go back through civil engineering and get approvals from Board of Water Supply. And so that's been the last 2 months. I assume, hopefully that it will be permitted shortly. And then the good news is once it is permitted, the construction company can mobilize fairly quickly within about 3 weeks to get the construction started. So we're on track to getting this project finally started and hopefully move this project along and get it finished. So thank you.
Well, that's good to hear. And welcome to our neighborhood board. One concern I'm pretty sure I can anticipate is what time is going to be the construction? Because a lot of times the residents surrounding Malahio, just like in St. Francis, when they had their construction, they were concerned about the noise. When you get somebody's
Sure.
gonna start at 7 o'clock in the morning, which I don't know if that's early or not, but I don't know what time
Sure,
it's
yeah.
supposed.
What I'm going to be doing is updating each board meeting, and when we get the permit drawings and we have a deeper discussion with our contractor, we will get an updated schedule. And when I receive that schedule and I see that there's going to be certain times where there's going to be a lot of machinery or equipment on site, I will be sure to let this board know so that the residents can plan in advance that there's going to be some construction noise.
Okay, that'd be very good.
Yeah.
What sub-district is that? On the border. Okay, we'll let our residents know and we'll forewarn them, but please let us
And
know
also-
what time you're gonna start and what time you're gonna end. And
Also,
good luck.
yes, I've been in touch with Francis. Sorry, not sure his last name.
Francis?
See, he's a neighbor, Francis Nishimura.
Okay, all right. We
I
know who
guess
he
he's
is.
been at some of the board meetings as a concerned neighborhood resident. So he was the contact that I was given at Malahia
yeah.
to discuss any.
Well, let us know because, you know, what affects the residents is going to affect us as the board. But thank you. Any questions on, yes, Loy?
How's it? Just two quick questions. How tall the building is designed to be and roughly where are the entrances or for the garage?
Actually, it's going to be a surface parking. And so there is no structure. It's only going to be a graded parking lot. And there will be, I have to look back at the revised drawings, on Keola Street. There will be a new entry into the parking.
Is that the only one or it's gonna exit out to Kuakini?
I don't have the drawings in front of me currently. I believe because of the grading, I have to get back to you on that one.
Would appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Board? Audience? Go ahead, Donald.
You know, for the people who parks there, are you folks also putting a drawing for the walkway from the parking lot to Malahia? Or will you guys ask the city to go ahead and do that?
So as far as the sidewalk, that's a good question. I need to review the drawings again. And this was just, my purpose for this meeting was just to let you know that I will be updating you on the construction progress. What I can do is maybe at the next meeting is I can present the drawings and just show you a little bit more clear the layout and how where the entry drives are and sidewalk. I'm not too sure about sidewalk.
Yeah, well, is that the same drawing, maybe about 3-4 years ago, you guys had the drawing set up? Because, we've seen some drawings on that parking lot right now. So the
Yeah,
question
they've been slightly revised and I'm not sure what the changes were from those drawings 3 years ago. I've been with Malahia only for 9 months. And so I'm fairly new on this project as well. I know this has gone back many years. And so,
yeah, well, the only concern was, the walkway, because the thing is that, when you were progressing this thing, not you, but whoever was before you, the discussion was the walkway. And the question was, if the city does a concrete sidewalk, it will take considerable time, vice so-called asphalt walkway, which will be faster because of the requirements that asphalt sidewalk compared to a concrete sidewalk. That was the other issue that was presented to me. And then we asked the city, and the city didn't want to look at it because no construction was going to be done. So they just deferred it. So if you guys can give us a good update, we can pursue this on our side for the city to either construct or whatever, that's the walkway to the parking lot to your so-called buildings. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, just keep us updated so we know it's coming up. Appreciate it. Any other questions?
You're welcome.
May I? Me, right, turn right, turn right.
Go ahead, Wayland.
Hi, this is Walin Christian. So I'm brand new to this whole new construction with St. Francis. Can you just bring us at the next meeting updated information as well as the drawings, please?
Yes, I will present the latest.
It's Maluhia or St. Francis? Because Cora just said St. Francis.
Okay, did we switch
Maluhia.
over to St. Francis or Malahia? Which one?
Maluhia.
Yeah, Malahia. For the next meeting, I will have a set of plans that we can review and you can see the progress where we're at.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions from the board, audience? If not, thank you very much. Keep us
Chair.
updated.
To answer the question, it's in
Yeah, sure.
sub-district 3. That's Donald and, yeah,
Okay, District 3 is Donald, Chance, Carol, and Sodell. Okay. You can monitor it. Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, Lana Keela.
all right. So Lanakila just past week had a bunch of volunteers from the First Hawaiian Bank who came and repainted the whole building, as well as they put in whole new gutters that were donated. And I should know the name of the folks, but I didn't. Oh, Kapili Roofing and Gutters donated new gutters. And so they put in new gutters. So they did a big, huge service project and so just want to thank everybody for that. Most people don't know, but there are over 100 instructors of the classes and all the different things that they offer, and they're all volunteers. So be nice to your teachers. They're volunteering. There is a meeting coming up about the School Street redevelopment. That's the senior housing that they're putting in right next to Maluhia. I mean, Lanakila Multipurpose Senior Center. And that School Street redevelopment meeting is going to be Tuesday, October 14th from 12:30 to 1:30. And they'll go over the current schedule for construction. It looks like they're almost finished with the height of the first phase, but they'll go over everything. And then also coming up is the next show and sell, which is October 8th from 8 to 10:30. So October 8th from 8 to 10:30. And thank you to everybody who came to the last one. They were able to raise $1,800 for the different clubs because each club has a booth. And so that was a great help for the clubs. Any questions?
No, thank you very much. And that was booklet we put out over there. Yeah. So my donation. All right, any questions for Lanakila? And by the way, for those of you not familiar, its average age is about 80 years old. What, 83? 83. I don't qualify then. Never mind, don't have to answer
You
that.
you can be a member at 60.
And I think they really take care of about 2,000 in their membership. And it's a great organization.
2,500.
20, how many? Yeah.
2,500.
That was my favorite project when I was at Catholic Charities, and they do a great job. Thank you, Carol. All right, moving right along. Any other non-profit? Oh, I'm sorry. Friends of Laliha Library. I don't know if we're going to have a. Brandon, are you there? We'll find out. Any other nonprofits?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Anna Ben, Benn. You've been misspelling my name. What can I say? I'm also the coordinator for the Nuuanu Bates Neighborhood Watch. We will work with HPD District 5 Community Policing Group to do sign waving at 7:15 a.m. on October 21st. It's a Tuesday. We're going to wave signs. Not for the crosswalk, but for pedestrian safety and driver safety. So we hope to have a good crowd out.
7:15 in the morning? In the morning.
That's where the crowd is. From Judge Street down to possibly Kuakini, depending on the crowd, but we're at Nuwana Baptist. We're gonna meet at Nuwana Baptist driveway to get the signs out,
Terrific.
okay? So we're
Great.
gonna work with HPD on that,
Thank you.
and hopefully we'll get a sidewalk, a crosswalk too.
Okay, questions?
October 21st, Tuesday. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Sorry, I have one announcement. So as Liner when mentioned last month, I'm president for the Hawaii Cyber Alliance Club. So I'm in the capacity of that right now. But we're going to be having a Panda Express virtual community fundraiser going on September 19th, 2025 to raise monies to help us fund our projects as Alliance Club. Hello. If you put in an online order at www.pandaexpress.com and apply the code 9005203, again 9005203, 9005203, sorry. Then 28% of sales will be donated to the Hawaii Cyber Alliance Foundations, which again will help to go towards funding our projects. Thank you.
Okay, questions? Oh, we have one more person who'd like to speak. Is Mike, kind of from Kamehameha School. She's on WebEx. Mike, are you there?
Hello. Hi. Apologies for extending your meeting a little bit longer. There was something I was supposed to share that I forgot to while I was there. For last month, we just want to make a real quick clarification that we did meet the deadline for the responses regarding the Kamehameha Schools campuses responses to Senator Kim and Rep. Takenouchi. So we just wanted to just put that out for the record, just to get it on the record that everything was good. And I think now we're in a good place where we're collaborating. So yep, thank you. Sorry about that. Sorry for extending.
And Mike, I want to thank you and the Kamehameha School for being receptive to the concerns of the residents, and that you were all able to get together and hopefully get it all resolved. So thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
you're welcome, man. We appreciate everybody's support.
All right. Any other announcements? Yes, Christy.
I just wanted to let you all know the Kalihi Connection Coalition that I've been a part of for many years. It's comprised of social service providers and educators in the Kalihi district. We're having an event on Saturday from 10 to 1 at Dole Middle School, and it's called Being Together. We are Kalihi, Being Together. So we're going to have performers and snacks and lots of fun. So if you can bring your families, that would be great.
Again, when and where?
It's this Saturday, the 13th of September from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Dole Middle School.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
thanks. Any other announcements?
Yes.
Yes.
Again, I'd like to echo Jenna's words in that we'd love to see everybody come out to the Kuakini Community Resource Fair on October 18th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So we look forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you.
Thank you, Chance, for sharing that event. We'll all be there. There are quite a few of us who'll be there. Let's see. Announcements in regards to Neighborhood Board 14. Monday, October 15th is the next meeting, same place, same station. And I believe there's no other business. Anybody? I'll entertain a motion that we adjourn. Or moved by Darren, second by Donald. And no discussion? I think there is. All in favor? Please raise your right hand. Those opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and thank you for our audience coming. And please help us put away the tables. Okay, meeting adjourned. And stay tuned. We're gonna take another picture once we get a new banner, okay? So we can have Donald in the